My name is Akiko Minobe. Now I work in a hotel, and it's a bright new hotel. It will open soon in 10 days. And before, I used to work as a tour guide. And I traveled around 145 countries, including Iran. And I was taking Japanese tourists to everywhere in the world.
Iran, yeah, I promised my followers that someday I will talk with you about your experience in Iran. How many times have you visited?
I don't remember exactly, but I think around 8 to 10 times I visited Iran, and it's really my favorite country.
Wow, great. Is it because of me that I'm
No.
No.
It's not a compliment.
I'm sure it's a real feeling because several times I heard it from you.
And then, it was, I can say it was the most friendliest country I've ever visited. Because, as you know, when you walk in Japan, nobody talks to you.
Right.
If you don't know them. But, everybody, the stranger talking to foreigner, that was a very big shock to me. Because, like, when we walk, what was the name of the park? Isfahan's park. Imam Square.
Right.
When we walked there, everybody asked us to join their tea.
Oh.
But for us it's not normal, because in Japan nobody asked that. It was a big surprise.
Yeah, Iranians are very extroverted. Japanese people are very introverted, and Iranians are very friendly, and they try to start conversations, especially through chit chats and small talks with foreigners.
And that time there was a very famous Korean movie in Iran. I think the name was Yangon in Iran.
Yeah.
So Yangon is Korean movie, but for Iranian people it's difficult to know who is Japanese and who is Korean. So if they see Japanese, they always scream to us, Yangon is walking, Yangon.
Right.
So
the same situation is in Japan. For Japanese people to recognize Afghans from Iranians from Iraq is difficult. For Iranian also is the same. Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans, for them, even now some people ask me how's Yangon there, or have you seen Bruce Lee? They talk about Bruce Lee, and I say Bruce Lee.
He's not Japanese.
Not Japanese, not Korean even.
But everybody, when we walk on the street, everybody said, "Oh, Yangon." I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Yangon."
Good feeling.
Yeah, good feeling. I'm Yangon.
Making food. Right. Which cities have you visited?
Oh, if I start from this side, the first city was Mashhad.
It means
because once I came in from where? Turkmenistan. No, is it Turkmenistan?
Yeah, Turkmenistan is.
So I crossed the border with the bus. So the first city was Mashhad.
A good image for Japanese people. They can't believe that going with bus to another country is possible.
And Mashhad was exactly the image of Iran for us, because everybody, the black, how do you say, abaya? Chador.
Yeah,
and it was very strict.
Yeah, very religious.
Men, women separate, very strict. So it was exactly like image for us.
Right. How was the construction?
It was really beautiful.
I love the construction. It's so beautiful. Okay, first one was Mashhad.
Then we went down to Yazd. Yazd was very interesting, very different from Mashhad.
I think all cities in Iran are different. In Japan, cities are more or less very similar, but in Iran, totally
different. The climate is different, food is different, but it was nice. There is a tower right there. There's a tower in Yazd.
Yes, tower.
Because there you have Zoroaster people, and Zoroaster after die, you put the body.
Yeah. A place for dead bodies. Yeah, it's, how can I translate it to English? The Tower of Silence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never heard the English word.
Yes.
I'm sorry if I translated mistakenly.
Yes.
The Tower of Silence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we climbed up there, and we were looking for some bird.
Right.
And we are surprised that they are still using it.
Yeah, Zoroastrian people here
Yeah.
live there. Right.
So after years, we went up. Was it Shiraz? I think it's not so far, right?
Yeah, very cool.
So we went to Shiraz. Yes, Shiraz was one of the main city for us.
Yeah, main touristic
Main
cities,
touristic.
you know.
It was really beautiful.
Shiraz depends on season, you know. It's
I
totally
think
depends
no,
on
it was
season when you visit it.
it was the rose season when I went.
Rose season, it means May or
Yes,
June,
yes.
right?
Persepolis is also in Shiraz,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Oh,
of
Persepolis it's fantastic. Everybody loves it. And you know, we were impressed of the carving. I think there's a carving in Persepolis, and King Darius is there, and a lot of country are bringing present to King Darius like this.
Yes, kind of gift.
It really
for
shows
New
the
Year's.
power of Persian empowerment, I think.
It was the biggest and first civilization in that time, I guess.
But Persepolis is the main thing we are going there. But I liked more the other thing, like the atmosphere, the rose garden, and there was it Shiraz? There is a very, very beautiful mosque with the stained glass.
Yeah. Masjid Nasirul Mulk.
Like
pink,
that rose
pink
mosque.
color.
Yes.
Right.
If the sun comes in,
Sun
the
shines,
the
yes.
carpet become like full color. It was. I went to 140 country, but that was the most beautiful mosque. I trust.
It's great.
Really.
I've never been to Nasirul.
Really?
That's a shame. I've been to Shiraz once or two times at most, but in Yazd once. That's a shame. A Japanese friend have been there more than me. Okay, Shiraz. And then,
Shiraz,
have
yeah.
you had falude Shirazi?
What's
It's
that?
kind of ice cream, not ice cream. It's like noodles.
Oh
and
yeah,
ice-
yes, I had. But Takachin is from Shiraz, right?
Tahchin.
I always had Takachin lunch in
In
Shiraz.
Shiraz.
Yes.
I will invite you for a tahchin.
Really, I miss Takachin.
I can make tahchin.
And my tour guide told me the women in Shiraz are the most beautiful woman in Iran. He told me. But no, I'm sure all the Iranian women are so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a kind of belief that Shirazian women are the most beautiful, and maybe they are. Yeah, but Shiraz is a very poetic
Yes,
city.
I went to the tomb, Hafiz tomb.
Hafiz, yeah.
And I remember in front of the tomb there was a man standing, and he had a little bird, and he
box?
kind of lot of paper inside, like fortune teller,
Fortune teller.
and the bird picks up and gives it to me. It was
nowadays
cute.
in all cities.
Really,
you
it
can
was
find
nice.
It. Yeah, it's Hafiz poem.
Yes,
Right.
I thought it's romantic.
Yeah, and usually it says good things.
Yes.
Always good.
But especially, I really like the pronunciation of Farsi. No, it's. I also like Arabic country, but Farsi is like special. This sound very slow, elegant, romantic. It's really like language for poem.
Yes. One important point, I think I'm not a literature expert, but I think one important point in Persian language is we don't have gender-oriented pronoun, and because of that, poems are like a secret kind of mystery. You don't know who this poet is talking about. You know?
Because especially Japan is not romantic country. We don't read poem. We don't write poem. So it's totally different, and it's really romantic for me.
Yeah, literature in Iran is very important, and in Japan, people are more involved in nature because nature here changes a lot. You can see that winter and autumn is totally different. They are totally different. But in Iran, people are more focused on kind of humans kind of emotions than nature. They talk about it. Right. Okay, Shiraz.
Yeah, Shiraz. Then of course Isfahan.
Isfahan.
Or Imam Square.
Right.
Lot of beautiful mosque. I still have the photo. What was the famous mosque's name? The dome is so beautiful, and I still have the photo of the dome.
خیلی زشته، من اسما رو یادم نمیاد.
No, it's same because if you ask me about Japan, I cannot answer.
But these are the most famous tourist spots in Iran.
And especially, there is a.
نه مسجد دیگه، مسجد I know مسجد شیخ لطف الله.
Yes.
مسجد شیخ لطف الله.
Yes.
Because I've been there.
Yes. When I hear, yes, it's that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sheikh Lutfullah, very famous.
Very
old
famous.
One. Right. Okay.
And we
Sheikh
visited
Sultan?
there. Yes. We visited there, and then we had lunch around there. And there is a square full of shop
Right.
around.
Yeah.
So souvenir. We
And
have to buy souvenir,
handcrafts.
handcrafts.
Isfahan's handcrafts.
And
are
we
very-
know, especially Japanese people love to buy dry fruits.
Dry fruits.
And pistachio.
Yeah, pistachio.
Pistachio. Everybody buys pistachio because in Japan it's very difficult to find. And saffron and spices they buy a lot.
Right. Have you eaten saffron ice cream?
Yes, because we can never find it in Japan, so I love it. Please send me to Japan.
I'm asking somebody to come. Okay. Isfahan. What is famous about Isfahan? How many times you visited Isfahan? Because in some seasons the river has water, but in some seasons
I remember. Yes, there's a very beautiful bridge. Was it Isfahan?
Siusapol. Yes. It's 33.
Zayande River.
Zayande Road is the river's name.
I remember Zayande.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Zayande Road.
And there's a very beautiful bridge with the arches.
Yeah, 33.
33.
Yeah, Siusapol.
So we were staying nearby in a hotel. So at night time they light up. It will be lit up. So we went there to take photo. I remember.
Great. And then after Isfahan?
Isfahan. We went up and we passed. What was it? Qom.
My city.
Qom, your city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very dry, hot.
Qom, but there is a garden or some famous thing in Qom, right?
Famous garden in Iran. There is a famous shrine in Qom. Famous shrine in Qom.
We don't stay there, but we visited something and we went to Tehran.
Okay.
And Qom, was it near Qom? There is some.
Kashan.
Kashan, I went.
Yeah, Kashan is very beautiful for rose gardens.
No, that one I visited. Yes, Kashan. Yes.
Kashan soil is kind of strong, and their rose has the strongest smell.
I remember there is a very nice shop near the garden. I bought rose water.
Oh, good. Yeah, rose water. If you visited in maybe May, you could see rose harvesting.
Yes, and Iran is so big, so it's impossible to go around in one tour.
Yes.
So for Japanese travel agent, we make like very long tour, like 20 days tour to go whole Iran, or we divide it just the Isfahan, Shiraz part and like Tabriz area part. Right. We had like few different tour.
Tabriz is far from capital. Okay, and from Tehran?
In Tehran, with the other tour, I went Ahvaz, which was very hot. Very hot.
How was the weather? Was it clean? Because sometimes there are dust storms and
No, my only memory is it was hot.
Very hot. You know, because climates are different in Iran for each territory, it's good to have different plans. For example, Ahvaz in February and March. February and March are the best season for Ahvaz to visit.
Of course, yes.
It's so green, everywhere is green.
And from there we went up and there's some famous Bishtun.
Bisutun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Ilam, Kermanshah,
Kermanshah, yes.
Right.
And there's some same famous inscription or something on the rock.
Right.
And then
Kermanshah.
And after that we went up to Urumie, and the lake is Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Right.
And the guide, I still doubting if it's true or not. The guide told me it's very salty, but people go to swim there, right?
It's very salty, but people love to go.
And then when the water comes into the eye, it's very hurting. So when they go inside, they bring a cucumber in their hand, he told me.
Why?
Because
I've never been to Oromia.
If the salt comes to the eye with the cucumber, they clean it. He told me. Yes. I don't know if it's true or not.
I've heard there are some therapeutic effects, but yeah, I'm sure it's a bit dangerous. Salt concentration is really high, but unfortunately, Urumie Lake is shrinking because of climate change.
Like Caspian Sea, same.
Caspian Sea is yet not that bad.
Not bad.
But this one is because I guess there are some agricultural fields.
I see.
So you visited Urumie too?
Then to Tabriz. Tabriz is very different from the Shiraz Isfahan part, but it was nice. It's cool, more cooler, the climate.
How different? And why different?
The language is different.
Yeah, Turkish.
Oh, right. So it's when the language change, you feel like it's like different country, and it's more cooler. And we went to a lot of carpet area, carpet
Tabriz,
shop.
Yes.
After Tabriz, there are beautiful church.
Did you eat good food at Tabriz? Tabriz is very famous for delicious food too, like Shiraz.
What kind of? What's that?
They have kind of stews are very delicious, and meatballs.
Meatball, yes.
Yes, meatball is very famous.
There was a very famous restaurant. Usually it's not so big, right? The meatball. They have, it's like this size, the meatball.
Yes. Kufte Tabriz.
I love it. Please, you have to send me that also. And if you cut, there's a plum inside.
Yes.
I love it.
Plum, sometimes walnut, sometimes eggs. And I've heard in old time they put like chicken inside.
Really? I love
whole
that.
Chicken.
Oh my God, I'm hungry now.
Oh yeah, you had another dinner.
And in the stew, you use dry lemon like this size.
Yes.
I love that.
Limu amani.
I love that because I like sour thing. And
you
it was
have to live in Iran because most of Japanese people don't like sour taste.
So the client knows that I like the lemon, so everybody gives me the lemon.
Separate, okay.
Please, lemon for you. So I always eat like 6-7 lemon at one time.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, dry lemon, limu amani, very famous. Yeah, and in Tabriz, kind of their foods have limu amani inside. Yes. Yeah, because most of Japanese people who visited Tabriz, they just remember food.
What did he?
Nothing else. They just remember food and they say their food were perfect.
I really love Iranian food.
I'm very happy to hear that. But in Tabriz, it's more kind of savory and more stew-like. And I guess less rice than other cities. In other cities, the main dish is usually rice, but in Tabriz, it's a bit different.
There's one more dish I liked. What was that? Abu Gusht.
Tabriz food.
Tabriz food?
Yeah, Abu Gusht. Each city has their own unique Abu Gusht. Each city. My hometown has a very famous Abu Gusht. I don't know if you like it or not. And I love Tabriz Abu Gusht. I love Turkish part of Iran's Abu Gusht. Their taste is a bit different than the rest of Iran.
It was, I remember, it's like a pot and with DZ.
Yeah.
And how do you call something long and you crush it?
Pushkup. Okay, you tried it.
Yeah, I tried it. And no, everybody tries that.
Like a music band. Right, interesting. Okay.
And then there are some churches, I think.
Yeah.
Like Armenian church. And we went there also.
Yes, yes. Garakelisa.
Garakelisa.
Yeah.
At the border, right?
Yes, yes.
Near to the border, Garakelisa.
You know, I know very well about Iran, but unfortunately, I haven't been a lot of. I've been in Tabriz once for few hours.
Really?
Just for few hours.
Because Iran is so wide.
Right. I've been to Mashhad, to Ahvaz, to Shiraz, Isfahan, North. Have you ever been to North? It's so similar to Japan. Everything is similar to
Caspian Sea area? Yes. What was the famous city name?
Japan. Gilan.
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 Yes.
Delicious food.
Gilan.
Wonderful. Delicious.
No, we have to go back. Near Tabriz, there was a place like like a Cappadocia. Very Kandovan. Yes, Kandovan. We went to Kandovan also.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched a documentary in NHK about Kandovan. A group of Japanese people went there.
And then we went to Saruin, and there's very beautiful town or city. Astara. Yes. And
Astara, I think they have really nice stand markets.
And when we go there, every time we order like, what was the fish name? It's like shark, but it's not. I forgot the English name. The mother of caviar.
ماهی خاویار اسمش چیه؟ Uzumburun.
The caviar, the famous caviar comes from here.
Yeah, uzumburun is a Turkish word. It
Uzumburun.
means long nose.
Uzumburun.
Yeah, nose is very.
Yes, we had that.
Right. In Astara.
Yes.
Okay.
And we bought caviar. I think some bought caviar.
Good. I don't like any types of fish egg. I tried it in Japan. It's totally different.
And near the lake, of course, it's very green compared to other part. They eat a lot of rice.
Yeah, exactly like Japanese lifestyle.
And I forgot the name, but there was a very nice town and
Rasht. Masule.
Masule.
Yeah.
That one. Yes. Oh, you know well. And they have nice cafes, so we went there.
I went to Masule once, and I bought some. My kids were very young then, and I bought some toys, handmade toys. It was so nice.
It was nice, yes.
In that time, or wood kitchenware.
Yes.
Wooden kitchenware.
And usually from there we go back to Tehran.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen Damavand?
Damavand, yes. I remember the name. What was it? Mountain, yes.
Yes, and it's so similar. The shape is very similar
Fuji
to
Mountain.
Fuji Mountain.
Damavand, yes. I remember.
Yeah, good.
Nice memory.
Okay, we talked about nice memories, and I want to hear about bad memories.
Once you visited Iran, I ask many tourists the feedback, but nobody say bad thing about Iran.
When they visited?
When they visited, because of the economical situation and everything with America, we think, many people think that if you enter Iran, there no food, or maybe people are not so friendly.
Poverty is so dominated everywhere.
Because, the news we see in Japan, it's from like American side always, so we don't know the reality of the country.
That's true.
So the image totally changed. And once you go to Iran, nobody say bad thing about Iran.
What do you think about Persian movies? There are some Persian movies in Japan, in some movie theaters, and I want to know how people feel after watching this kind of movie.
Unfortunately, I still never saw Iranian movie, so please recommend me one.
How's it?
But really, I still remember when I first went to the market, I was surprised, full of fresh vegetable and fruits, and it's cheap, and it looks good, because much better than Japan. Because as you know, if you enter Japanese supermarket, everything is packed, small, expensive.
And most of them are imported.
It's a very rich country.
Yeah, in both underground resources and overground resources are really rich, but management needs to be. And what?
And I remember one more thing, because before the revolution you could drink alcohol, right? And still many people cannot forget alcohol, my guide told me. And there's a black root for it.
Yes.
But he said, don't tell that to the tourists because I will be arrested.
Right, and I think it's not very trustable, not trustworthy to try.
Because like many Japanese old men are alcoholic. So if they don't drink like 10 days, they become mad.
Right.
So they ask the guide, I need alcohol.
Okay, could they find some?
And one guy, he brought from somewhere. But one other person said, no, it's dangerous, so I cannot. Because you have that non-alcohol beer, but it's juice, like pomegranate beer. It's
right,
same like juice.
I love that. I missed that one. Right. Okay, what else do you remember about cleanliness? About, in Japan, everything is being well thought before. Everything is good managed, well managed before. Especially about timing.
No, it's not so bad.
Wow.
Compared to other countries, they're much more worse. Like if you go to India, like 4 or 5 hours delay of the train is normal thing, still normal.
4 or 5 hours. Sometimes this happens,
Really?
but usually, recently I've heard the management is better, but yet.
Really, I don't have such bad image for the management in Iran.
That's great.
Maybe the tour guy or the tourist agent, they organize all this.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy and pleased to hear that you say everything was well managed and everything was really good.
And I really like the close communication of Iranian people. They're very close, the friends and family, and it's opposite from Japan.
Opposite.
Really.
Exactly. Japan is very individualistic.
Very individually. And if you see other people you don't know, you never say hello. When I say hello, they think I'm strange, I'm something mad. And on Friday, everybody goes to park with their family, with their tea set. And if they see foreigners, they invite you for tea together. It's very amazing, and I never seen that in other country, I can say. And I think that means Iran is a very safe country.
Yes.
Because if it's dangerous, you can never do that.
Exactly. Yeah, yesterday in one of my classes, students said they just heard that Iran is not safe, and their image was each city is fighting with next city and people are fighting each other. So no, this is not true about Iran.
No, I've never felt dangerous there. Because women can walk outside at midnight, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's proof that Iran is safe.
Right.
But one thing I'm still wondering, when I wanted to go out at night time to the city, the tour guide told me, be careful because people know you are foreigner, so that secret police will follow you. Because they think some of the foreigner are spy.
I have no idea to say if, but I know there are some spies. But secret police to follow all tourists? That's a bit weird and impossible, I guess. I don't know. Wow. And transportation?
Transportation, we usually use buses. So
City buses?
No. We hire a bus.
Kind of tourists.
I think a few times. No, we don't fly usually. We use bus.
Right.
But the first hotel I stayed in Tehran was Raleigh.
Lale.
It means tulip, right?
Yes.
I still remember it was Raleigh.
Okay. Hotel Lale. How was it?
Raleigh. And yes, it was nice. No, the hotels are nice in Iran. Very good quality.
We are in a hotel.
Oh yes, we are in hotel.
Wonderful hotel.
So I'm very honest. I don't have bad image, any bad memory of
I'm
Iran.
very happy to hear that. You know, sometimes I have some comments and I hear some different ideas. They say they have very negative image about themselves and they think that Iran is too much underdeveloped. And when I say, oh, other countries have their own difficulties too, and it's kind of natural in other countries.
No, come on, it's very developed. I went to many countries, 140 countries. You know, it's compared to this country, it's very high level.
Yeah, especially in some fields like medical fields, Iran is very developed in comparison with other countries.
Because in some countries, some tour, I don't have any hotel to stay. We have to camp and no shower, so we have to go to the river. And also the people, their local people live like that.
Very underdeveloped.
Mm.
And I think most countries are like that.
Especially many African countries are like that.
East Asian sometimes.
Yes.
India is so controversial country. Some parts are too much developed and some parts
India is
are
an interesting country.
I wish to visit India someday. Right. Okay, and which country was the most interesting one for you? Interesting and kind of exciting.
I know. Especially I like Islamic country. Of course, Iran is one of that, and I like Islam country because I like the architect and I like the color they use, the beautiful blue, and especially I love the language and music.
Okay, in Islamic countries. Interesting. So
And food, of course, also.
Middle East food is the best, I guess, in the world.
And kofte, how you say? Minch kofte, the long one. Kofte.
Kubide.
Kubide.
Kubide. My hometown has the best kubide.
You know, and they cover it with rice.
Chelo kebab.
So where's the meat?
To find it,
And
there's a reward.
I was surprised you put butter on it. Butter
Yeah,
on the rice.
yeah.
We never eat like that, so it was a surprise for me.
It's two different. Iranian add oil, usually kind of ghee. In some cities they add ghee, and recently butter is kind of common.
Maybe to control the weight, it's better to
Not to add that.
not to add that.
And unfortunately, countries like Turkey and Iran, they have overweight problem because they add too much butter and oil in their food.
And the meat and how do you say the yogurt with it?
A dough.
Yes.
Iran in Turkish.
Because Japanese the yogurt it's very sweet, but it's like salty, so it was shocked.
Savory, savory. Sorry, it's savory.
And I was surprised of the yogurt. You put cucumber.
Yes.
Because
I taught some students
It was shock.
in English school. I taught them.
Because in yogurt in Japan it's sweet thing. You eat sweet with like blueberry yogurt or strawberry yogurt.
In summer when it's so hot outside, if you cut cucumber inside the yogurt and eat, your body temperature drops.
But if I tell that to Japanese people, they say cucumber yogurt.
I told them and they said, okay, we make it, but we add some honey.
Yes. We cannot eat sour or salty yogurt. Yogurt has to be sweet.
Yeah. They said we will add honey. I said no, you should add salt.
Good memory.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you very much. I know you are very busy here.
No, thank
It
you
was
very much.
Kind of you.
Oh, I want to go back to Iran now.
Let's go together
Yeah.
because I haven't been almost the
Really?
same. If you had been to Iran 7 years ago, it means that I was here and you were in Iran at the
You
same
know,
time.
I had a lot of Iranian visa in my passport. So, the stupid America, if I go there, every time they arrest me and take me to the another room.
Okay.
Because I have like visa from Iran, like Pakistan or Libya, and they say, do you know somebody from Al-Qaeda? They ask me. Stupid question. Even if I know, I will say no.
Wow.
No, they ask me.
Is that important for you? That okay, I won't go to Iran anymore because it will be. I have to pay some cost for it.
No.
You don't care.
I don't care. But when I went to the American embassy to take visa, they asked me, "You went a lot of time to Iran. Do you know somebody from Iranian army?" Why do I know somebody from Iranian army?
Hello, Akiko. I'm army.
Stupid question, really. So no, everybody, including America, they have to know the real Iran. Because it's not the time to fight each other now. We have a lot of disease, earthquake, lot of problems. So people have to study themselves how it is, and we can do a lot of things more together. But now every country is too much isolated. They don't think about others. They always fight, and it's a very sad thing.
And unfortunately, because of COVID, some economic situation get worse in some countries, and they have problems.
Really, I want to send a lot of Japanese to Iran.
I hope someday, and I hope lots of Iranian come here to your hotel.
Yeah,
We will
thank
talk
you.
about your hotel, and I will record some video and upload on my Instagram.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish, and I wish someday you go there, going together.
Yeah, let's go
This time.
together.
I will take you to home
Yes,
this time
yeah.
more. Have you eaten pomegranate, zakura?
Oh, zakuro.
My city is famous for
You know,
zakura.
Japanese love zakuro. We love zakuro, but it's impossible, almost impossible to buy zakuro in
And
Japan.
zakura here is just from United States in
Yes.
Costco.
And if we buy like zakuro juice, it's really expensive.
When I was a child, my father used to buy with big boxes of, it was like broken pomegranate, too big and broken.
So I remember when I go to market, there is a zakuro juice, pomegranate juice stand, and they make press like fresh
Yeah,
zakuro
fresh.
juice.
Yeah, juice shops.
Everybody orders that.
Right, we make lots of kind of spices from dry.
Because no, the zakuro real pomegranate. It was the first time for me to eat zakuro in Iran.
Really?
Because in Japan I never saw pomegranate. So I didn't know how to eat it because there are a lot of seeds. So I thought I have to eat it. So I ate everything, and they told me no, you cannot eat the seeds.
Why not? You can eat seeds.
Oh really?
Yeah, who taught you that?
You eat it?
We eat the seeds. We eat seeds.
Really?
Yeah. We chew seeds, and that's okay.
Really?
Wow. Maybe somebody who didn't know taught you.
So, but it was really the first time for me to eat pomegranate there in Iran.
Wow. Right. And my husband's city is very famous for apricots.
Oh,
How
we love
wonderful.
apricot.
And dried apricots. Dry fruit is something very appealing for Japanese people.
Yes, we had to buy like 4 or 5 kilos. In the suitcase, when we go back, it's full of dry fruits and pistachio.
And fresh pistachio season is September. This
September?
time, yeah.
Oh.
I recommend you to travel Iran in September next time if you go. September is grape, zakuro, and fresh pistachio season.
So please, when you come to Japan, please bring me some pistachio and dry fruit, and I will give you something from Kyoto instead. Deal?
Good deal.
Good deal?
Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for time. Thank
No,
you.
it's it reminds me my good memory a lot.
I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear about my country from a Japanese person.
Very,
I feel at home now.
Very. No, please, I want you to be confident. Iran is a very nice country, and all Japanese have very good image.
The same is true about Iran. 100% of Iranian have good image about Japan.
So we want to have good relation with Iran.
Iranian know very well about Oshin,
Yes.
Seiko watch, Janome, Panasonic. They know very good things, and because of that, maybe people love my page.
Yeah.
Because I write about Japan very authentic. I hope. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Night.
Have a good night. How do you say good night in Iran?
Shab bekhair.
Shab bekhair. Shab bekhair.
Khuda hafiz.
Khuda hafiz. Khuda hafiz.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.